Anyways, I'll give you a hint to help keep it in better. Is hook this to your shirt somewhere, and that'll help keep it from pulling it down.
I'll like hook it back here.
Well, you can hook it anywhere. I usually hook mine back here, that way you don't see much wire on the front. That's all up to you where you want to hook, because she doesn't care, he doesn't care.
They don't care.
Yeah. Just put it somewhere.
Good evening.
Not
The
that
Dolores
big.
County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Tuesday, the 25th of September, 2018. Camera people,
Just helps keep the
Jesslyn and
wire to your
Stacy,
own clothing better.
and Daniel. Sound engineer, Dan. Video engineer and producer, Edward.
Just put it on one
Teleprompter and
back there.
prompter, Myra. With news anchors,
No, it's not a
Devin
very
and
strong
Sativa.
plug.
And meteorologist, Hannah. And this is News Director Dan, and now the news.
Welcome to DCTV 4-H Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. This story is from the Journal. Fall colors may come early. The mountain can be a beautiful place to see. The red, orange, yellow lights up the hillside every autumn, but only if you catch them in time. And if it seems like fall color have arrived, it is a bit early this year. You're right. They are here about 2 weeks earlier because of a dry winter and monsoon stressed the forest. Surrounding Durango, said Julie Korb, a professor at Fort Lewis College in the Environmental Biology Department, and the leaves aren't only changing sooner, they're changing faster, Corbett said. Fitzgerald said she has noticed that during wet autumns, leaves will stay on the trees longer. The San Juan National Forest fall color report shows several areas north of Durango reaching their peak. Why do the leaves change? The simple answer is because the leaves are dying, but this all started with the temperature and the length of days. Those two factors are telltale signs that winter is on the way. The fact that temperatures have been stagnant in the past few weeks and the days haven't become much shorter seems to leave the drought as the logical reasons for why leaves are changing now. The pigment the leaves turn depending on a couple of things, Core said, genetics of the plant and environmental conditions around the plant as it changes. Chokecherry shrubs turn bright red, Fitzgerald said, and snowberry shrubs turn yellow. The drought conditions have plagued the region in the past 12 months are causing trees to go dormant sooner, therefore changing their leaves earlier. North and east-facing slopes are likely to change color later than the trees on southern and western slopes because northern and eastern sides of the mountains get more rain than others, Core said. Part of it is also attributed to temperature, which is why trees are at higher elevations are changing earlier than those at lower elevations. Corp said that is why areas like Missionary Ridge and Silverton are already displaying vibrant colors, while most of Durango's trees remain green. This story is from the Journal. There are mysterious stones, musical instruments. A set of round stones shaped like French baguettes have baffled scientists since they were discovered in high desert near Colorado's Great Sand Dunes National Park. Researchers assumed that they were tools to grind nuts and seeds. Longmont archaeologist Marilyn Monroe didn't buy that theory. The stones were clearly shaped by human hands, but didn't have the right wear marking around the edges to indicate they'd been using for grinding. So she set out to find a better explanation. About a decade later, Monroe believes she identified some of the earliest musical instruments ever played in Colorado. You really have to hear them, said Martorano, who grew up in the San Luis Valley where the dunes, said that's when you believe it. Montaron came close to giving up on her investigation. She spent years examining the rocks, one of which has been dated at least 5,000 years old, without finding a good theory for their use. A day before she was due to pack up stones and return them to Great Sand Dunes National Park and preserve, the stones are a part of the museum collection, but not on display. A friend passed along an online video. It was her light bulb moment. Once she finished the video, she grabbed some of the Colorado stones, and she spent so much time with them, tapping on them. She can hear something resonating, musical. This story is from the internet site Cool Weirdo. Here's our other anchor, Sativa.
Here's something to really get your attention. His size is a challenge to all bull riders. We assume he can buck. Do you really want to get stepped on by him? Field Marshal, the biggest bull in the world. Meet Field Marshal. He's 6 feet 5 inches tall, and he's still growing. Its interesting aspect makes this lovely bull the largest in this species. The colossal bull was declared the biggest bullock in Great Britain after he was measured and weighed on a scale which is normally used for lorries. The 6-year-old animal now weighs more than 3,500 pounds, twice as much as a normally full-grown cow of his breed. Field Marshal is now heavier than a Mini Cooper, which weighs 2,458 pounds, and a BMW 3 Series, which tips the scale at just 3,053 pounds. His owner, 80 years old, Arthur Duckett, declared that he's still getting bigger. Field Marshal is still just a teenager, really. He's got a lot of growth left in him yet. It was when I saw his father that I knew this animal had the potential to become gigantic. I've been keeping large cattle for 40 years now, and I knew as soon as I saw him that he was going to be very large. Back to Devin.
One hardworking Fort Lewis College student may go home with more than an A in the applied entrepreneurship class that will be offered beginning in fall 2019. The student will be the best business plan for Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory store, will be awarded the franchise for the store study during the semester. It is outstanding opportunity for students and recent grads, said School of Business and Administration Dean Steve Ellis. Greg Pope, RMCF Senior Vice President of Franchise Development, said the donation of the franchise is modeled on a similar program Rocky Mountain has conducted with Missouri West State University for 11 years. Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory is an international franchise and is based in Durango. Students will spend the entire semester studying a store in the United States. Pope said that means the class top student will assume ownership of a franchise for which they know the past revenue stream and operational nuisance. They will know nuances. They will know the market and the competition. At Missouri West, Pope said the competition gets heated, with students often visiting the franchise at their own expense. FLC has worked to boost enrollment and creative offerings, like awarding a RMCF franchise to the best business plan developed in class is a part of a wider effort to look at unique ways to set the school apart from competition and attract more students. What we're about at the School of Business Administration is providing our students with opportunity, Elle said. Wow, what a deal for a chocolate. Chocoholic. Now, here comes the TVs with dumb laws in Colorado.
In Colorado Springs, it is permissible to wear a holstered 6-gun within city limits, except on Sunday, Election Day, or holidays. In Cripple Creek, it is illegal to bring your horse or pack mule above the ground floor of any building. In Denver, the dog catcher must notify dogs of impounding by posting for 3 consecutive days. A notice on a tree in the city park and along a public road running through said park. It is unlawful to lend your vacuum cleaner to your next door neighbor. You may not drive a black car on Sundays. It is illegal to mistreat rats in Denver, Colorado. In Fountain, it is illegal to have a broken down car on private property or public right of ways. It is illegal to have weeds in your yard. In Pueblo, it is illegal to let a dandelion grow within city limits. In Sterling, cats may not run loose without having been fit with a tail light. Now, here's our weather report with Anna.
Our current temperature is 77 degrees. The high for today was 80 degrees. The low for today was 49 degrees. The Bahama Mama meter is at 29.81 inches and is falling. The humidity is at 9%. Wind is between 1 and 7 miles per hour from the east. Gusts have been up to 18 miles per hour. There were 0.00 of an inch of rain measured today by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 70 hundredths of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 4 inches and 90 hundredths. Now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. There is a high over the borders of Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. The low is over the Colorado-New Mexico border. Most of the west and Pacific Northwest is clear and sunny. There is some rain in the Dakotas and Minnesota into Nebraska. Rain starts in Arizona and spreads north into south, and then runs northeast to end in South Maine and Florida. Severe thunderstorms may occur in Wisconsin, Illinois, and to Idaho. Ohio. Crap. Two areas. What? Oh, okay. 2 areas that may get flash flooding are southern Ohio into Alabama into New Hampshire and Vermont into Pennsylvania. Here is our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Wednesday, sunny, high 72, low 44. Thursday, sunny, high 76, low 46. Friday, 77, low 50. Saturday, partly sunny, high 77, low 51. Sunday, Sunday thunderstorms, high 77, high 76, low 50. Now for a climate change report, CO2 carbon dioxide is considered a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. The result is significant swings of variations of worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures, but the general climate trend is that the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. 405.6 last week, 405.69. 2 weeks ago, 406.39. Last year, 403.16. 10 years ago, 383.32. 50 years ago, 325.41. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tamsin, National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth website for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our Kids News Show on air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to your news director.
And that's the end of today's DCTV 4-H Evening News Program. This is News Director Dan saying good night and thank you for watching.